Dat class name. Yeah. Actually, I should probably call it CSV parser. Oh, this is weird. I can't hear myself coming through the headphones. You can hear me okay, right, Josh? Yeah, because I'm not hooked up to the monitor of the microphone. You can hear me, right? Okay, good. Very good. Yeah. So I'm doing this cool thing where I'm running through like almost 2 gigs worth of user agents to see how many I can actually parse out successfully into actual like, data. Don't ask me why. But as you can see right here, like I'm running through some metrics right now, like how long it takes. So I did a test earlier with actually doing the processing on the 2 gig file, and it took a while. Like it took a while. What's up, Clash? But then I tried doing it. Oh, hold up. I got a phone call. Alright, sorry about that. Daughter called me. What am I doing? So I was actually explaining that and I didn't get too far, so give me 1 second, let me actually send out a message and then I'll explain. Okay. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm running through a 2 gig CSV file. Not opening it. 2 gig CSV file that contains user agents, and if you're not familiar with what a user agent is, it's basically when a browser, device, any kind of client. It could be a device like a phone, it could be an application on a phone, it could be a browser, it could be a Roku for hooked up to a television. Whenever requests are being made against servers, generally there's a bit of information called the user agent that's sent across to those servers, and it's basically information about the device you're calling from, the OS that's running, and then a couple other bits of information. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if I can actually process 2 gigs worth of user agents and see if I can do it quickly, how efficiently I can do it, and see how accurate I can get it too. So by accurate, I mean how many I can actually get hits on, because there's a lot of types of user agents out there, as you can imagine. There's a bunch of different types of devices, and it's really not feasible to kind of get every single one of them. But you can try, right? So I am using a couple different libraries here for the user agent processing. Specifically, I have enlisted the help from user agent, simply called user agent, and there's a parse, excuse me, there's a parse method that's available for it, and that parse allows you to feed in a string value and then get some details about the user agent that is the string. I already put some work into this, obviously. It was just basically to start seeing if just to see if it worked. It does. And I had like a 6% failure rate, which is actually not bad. 6% is not bad at all. This is amongst like, it was like 9.5 million different user agents. Not unique, but just user agents in general. But that, again, that took a long time. So I ran it again, this time without actually running the processing or the parsing. So basically commented that section out, and then basically all it did was it just ran through the entire 2 gig file and did nothing with the rows, just left the user agents, just read through them. When I do that, it takes like a minute and some change. Not long at all. So clearly the actual parsing of that user agent to get those details is probably the most taxing part of this process. And I could imagine that being true because this library, the user agent library, I've actually looked at what they have available for, like, determining what the user agent is, and it's a lot of regex. Regex is just known to be very inefficient. It's just slow performing, but it's cool. Like you can add logic on logic on these matches, so there's benefit, but it's a trade-off. So basically now where I'm at is, I know it's fast for me to read through the file quickly, and I know the hard part is to actually parse them. Now I'm already using something called pipes, and this is a native like Node.js concept. Basically what it is you set up a file stream, like a read stream in this case. I create a read stream from the actual CSV file, and it's basically just creating a stream. And the stream is nothing really. It's just in like an open connection to the file, and that's when it just starts doing stuff with it. So then what I do is I take that stream and I pipe it over to a CSV stream, and that CSV stream is responsible for reading through that open file stream and then actually interpreting it as CSV. I guess that's also another piece to this too, is that I am processing the CSV portion of this, and it's still only taking a minute and some change, so that the CSV streaming portion of this is also not a problem. But yeah, so taking the open stream for the file, passing it through the CSV stream parser, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why I called it CSV stream. I should have called it something else. Actually, that's probably appropriate. So from there, you're going to get some events that just pop up from it. There could be an error, in which case we want to display the error. You could get a column. What the hell is that? Oh, that's the actual piece that I basically take the value of it and I do that, pass it through the parse user agent to actually do the parsing. When it's all done, well, I commented this one out because I'm doing this one now. But when we hit the end of the file, then I do something. And in this case, I'm basically just listing out how long it took from here to here, and then just spit out the time. And that's how we get this minute and some change. Then I have this commented out function here for parsing the user agent. So piping through is like it's a single pipe, like you just throwing data through it, and then it's just kind of handling it one at a time. But because the parsing of the user agent is taking so long, I'm wondering if what I could do is kind of just run through. Oh, this is a fat beat. Taking that single pipe and just run the CSV stream through it, and just let it run through as quick as it needs to, so this minute and whatever, right? But then as I hit certain thresholds, like let's say, I don't know, 1,000, I hit 1,000 different user agents, take those and ship those off onto like sub pipes. So, and maybe we'll have like, I don't know, like, let's say, let's try 10 pipes. Let's see how far we can get with that. So we open up 10 pipes. So we take one pipe, split off the 10 pipes with batches of 1,000. Did I say 1,000? 1,000, and see like how, like, just because we're going to be now processing concurrently, how much quicker that's going to be now. You with me? Does that make sense? All right. So where am I at? Where I left off now is I'm now going to, because this code's going to start getting unwieldy as I start making more linear like lines to this. So I need to break this out so it's a little bit more maintainable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all things that are going to be related to the CSV portion of it and basically add it into a class, I can call it. The thing that I just came to realization on as the stream started up is that for me to do the CSV is fine. The parsing function is going to be something I'm going to have to pass in as just the method itself, so that when I'm actually running through the stream, I can actually just call this arbitrarily, as opposed to getting all the lines of the CSV and then in memory and then passing it back up the stack and then passing it down into the parse user agent. It'd be really inefficient for memory and it'd be really rough. So yeah. So we're migrating code at this particular moment. So CSV stream, we're gonna carry this guy over, bop, and bop. I should carry this guy over too. Alright, and I think that's good. Well, I guess we can carry over Luxon too. I'm gonna copy that. Do I need to do that? No, let's actually hold off on that one for a second. Okay, cool. So let's let's now set it up so that CSV processor gets spun up whenever a new file is going to be handled. So to do that, we're going to do a file name. It's going to be a string. Crap, how did I do this before? Const file name. Boy, I totally forgot how to do all this already. No, that's definitely not right. Private. Well, it's not complaining, so that's good, I guess. This file name equals file name. Alright, so it looks like it's accepting that. That's good. What's this about? Oh. Did I give it a string? Alright, we're good. So to give it a type. Okay, so we give it a file name. That's cool. Alright, so now we're going to set up some stream options, and may as well set that up as part of the constructor itself. And what we'll do is we'll do this dot stream. Let's type in options, I guess. Private options. Done for the moment. Oh, actually, we can probably make that typed. We'll carry this over in the meantime. Boom. Alright, and then we're going to create a method. So this one will be public. Function. Process. Stop. Stop. What's your problem? There we go. Okay. Alright, so what's the type of this guy? So this is gonna be... That doesn't even tell me. Yeah, it doesn't tell me. Well, hold up here. Oh, is there not a type for this? Add the typing. Oh, 1 second. Yep, as I feared, there is no typing for it. Bummer. Okay, whatever. Okay, so now we have that. Let's remove that line there. Cool. Alright, so then we'll have to create the actual stream. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab this out, I guess. Whoa. Okay. Create stream. Okay. File stream. Let's just call this one. We'll call file read stream. That name just didn't make any sense. Okay, we're gonna clean this up in a second. Just hold with me, guys. Okay, so we're gonna grab this. This is gonna become this file name. Now we're gonna have to start importing some stuff here. Import the CSV processor from there we go. Okay, so const CSV processor equals, type on CSV processor equals new CSV processor. Pass in string name. There we go. Okay, and we will technically be able to then call process. Okay. Now what we should also do is let's add this here. CSV process start. Promise this. Oh crap, I forgot how to do this. That's okay. Let's take it over to some let's look it up. Oh, this is gonna get annoying, isn't it? I got it. 1 second. I'm actually, because the reason why I have Streamlabs up is so I can actually see the chat, but I guess I don't need to have Streamlabs up specifically. I can actually, or I can actually just open up the chat window. So that's what I'm going to do. Initializing. Alright, let's see. Live streaming. EMP complete. All systems have been shut down. Pop it out. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's better, but now I can't see what screen I'm on. That's okay. What I'll do is I'll just open up. It's not going to be the best thing in the world, but I'll just open up my video on my phone so I can see what screen I'm showing. Okay. Scene control, left. Actually, I don't need to do that because my stream deck is actually pretty smart. It tells me some things. Okay, so what are we doing? TypeScript and promise. Alright, so we're going to create ourselves a promise here. Promise. I promise. New promise. Okay, so is it really that simple? How do I send back the... How do I send back that promise? Promise resolved and blah, but I want to return it outbound, so return new promise resolve. Okay. I don't want to wrap it like that though, that's dumb. I may have to though. That kind of sucks. That really sucks actually. Ugh. So that basically means what that's basically saying here is that I'm going to go in here, return new promise. Amount of resolve, arrow function, that bad boy, and then all my stuff needs to be inside this arrow function. Kind of blues. This thing for flipping out. Oh, promise rejection. Ah, did not want to click into that. Alright, what's your problem? Promise only refers to a type, but is being used as a value here. Do you need to change your target library? Probably. Try changing The live to blah, 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 or later. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff here. Okay, so it's an array. So we'll do this and we'll type next. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, it took it. Alright, so now we're returning promise out of the process. I should probably also say, hey. Oh wait, I don't know what the return type's going to be for this guy yet. We haven't really defined that, have we? It's okay. It is okay. Okay. So, what are we doing? We're gonna get rid of this now. We don't, well, we still need this because we're gonna actually take this guy here. Take it all the way to there. And put it in here. CSV process duration. Okay. Alright, so when we hit the end of the file, that should be technically done, so that at that point we can then resolve this, and we should be good at that point. Not sure what we're going to resolve exactly just yet. We'll probably end up wanting to resolve something, but I'm not equipped or prepared to define that just yet. So what I'm going to do is I am going to give this a return type of promise of any. Actually, I wonder if I could do a promise of void. I can. So that's technically what I'm doing here, is I'm returning back nothing. But what's your problem? Oh, that's alright. When you do an arrow function like this and you want to put a type on it, yeah, I have to wrap it in parentheses. Not sure why that's a thing. Okay, cool. So we're promising it, we're resolving it, so we should be good at that point. I wonder if this is like a hard fail, if it errors out. It probably is, and I probably should be doing a reject at this point. Yeah. We'll find out. Okay, so let's test this out and see if it actually runs through the file. So again, what this is doing is all it's doing is it's opening up the create read stream, it's pointing it to the file name, and then it's taking the stream, pumping it into CSV stream, which we found that doesn't take that much to actually process. Runs through the entire thing. If there's an error, there's an error. I haven't seen any errors, so we should be okay. And when it's done, then it comes back out, and that's when we just spit out the timing. We're not using the parse user agent just yet, so this is just ignored. Yeah, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what this stuff does up here in a bit. So let's go ahead and actually run this CLS. Why is that there? It said CLS. There. All right, here we go. Something went wrong there. That was way too fast. Basically 1 millisecond is what it says. There's no flipping way that I was able to do it that fast. I did something wrong. Oh! I know what I did. Because it's a now promise, we have to await this bad boy. And because of that, we also need to break this out into a async context. What that basically means is that we will need to create a function. We'll just call this do your thing. And this is going to need to be an async function. I'm going to take this all the way to here. Put it here. Simple. And now because of that, we can actually say, okay, cool, we're gonna now await. And what that's gonna basically do is, when we call this, it sees that a promise is returned, and so it waits until that promise has been resolved before it moves on to the next step. The problem before is we weren't waiting until that promise was resolved, and so it just moved directly into this, which is why it took 1 millisecond. And as you can see, if you notice just now, like this thing finally, the cursor finally popped up, and that's because the actual file load reading finally finished. But we want to do that before it gets to this next line. So, all right, let's try it again. Interesting. Interesting. It's hitting the cursor, and it shouldn't be hitting the cursor. Why is it? Oh, gosh, I'm too fast here. We have the function. I didn't call it the stupid function. There you go. Let's try it again. Okay. Alright, so user agent update duration 183 milliseconds. Now you can see it's not moving directly into just spitting out the duration for the CSV process. It's because it's still processing, obviously. When this is actually finished, it takes about, I think, a minute. It'll actually spit it out. Now my hope is that I can keep this entire process of running through all the CSVs sub 10 minutes. We'll see if that's actually possible or not. Like I said before, it was taking a lot longer than 10 minutes. It was actually, I think, closer to an hour actually, because while it was processing that, I was doing another live stream playing Resident Evil 2, the new one, and that stream was about an hour, and it finished eventually while I was doing that stream. So yeah, 10 minutes is a good goal, I think. And truthfully, like 10 minutes for 9.5 million rows would be good. We'll see if I can actually hit that or not. Alright, so it looks like it's still running through the file. While it's still doing that, I can make code changes and it not affect what it's actually currently running. Oh, just finished. So yeah, 1 minute and 13 seconds. 14 almost. 1 minute and 14 seconds. Not bad. Okay, so we're now reading the file. That's good. It's really good. So where do we go from here? So now what we need to do is... I really want to break out this other stuff here, but I'm not going to worry about it at this particular moment. Here's what I'm going to do. We have a parse user agents function here. This is going to be important because what we want to do is we actually want to, I think, pass this into process as just a straight up function. So you'll see that I didn't put a parentheses. There's a close parenthesis, but that's only because it's on the outside for process. But I didn't put parentheses for the parse user agent, which basically means I'm just straight up passing in the function. And what's cool about that is that I can actually make it so that I can actually make it so that I call this function on the inside of the CSV processor at will. Alright, so we will call this, should I call it predicate? It's called predicate. And actually, that's probably bad terminology. Hey, you know what? Let's call it a predicate. I think that's fine. So non-descriptive, but I'm trying to keep this somewhat. You know what? No. Yeah, predicate. Let's go predicate. We'll change it later. How about that? I don't know how to give something like this a function type. I don't even know if you can do something like that. You can. It's got a capital F it. Okay, cool. So now we could have the predicate come in here. I think we could technically just call it straight predicate and then do our thing normally. I'm not gonna worry about it just a second because actually before I do this, before I start doing anything with the predicate, we need to do the thing where we take the one pipe and split off to 10 pipes. So first let's talk about how we do our constant for that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a private and do constant with this. Looks like it. We'll call it concurrency. Yeah, it really hates that, doesn't it? Class member cannot have. Okay, fine. Fine. This guy type number. Truthfully, this should be something I actually allow for control. So actually, this is what we'll do: is we'll concurrency. We'll allow a person to actually set this here. So we'll do concurrency. We'll have a default to 10. How about that? Inside here, this is where we'll set it. So this dot concurrency equals concurrency. Because I have a default on it, I can just leave that off. So now we have 10. That's great. Okay. And then we have another piece here. So we have private, let's call it batch size, also number. Batch size, call that 1,000. Oy. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Here. Alright, so batch size 1,000, then we'll ship it off to another pipe to be processed. I don't even know if it works like that. We'll find out. Soon find out. And we'll have 10 at most running. So, that's good. Alright, so one thing we need to find out is if there's a way for us to pause the stream, because it's not going to mean much to us if we are running through the entire file, creating concurrency of 10, but we don't have a way to enforce the 10 mark. So let's take a look at the library and see if there's an event or a property that we can set to pause the streaming. Alright, so if you remember, the library that we're using here is called CSV stream. This guy. Alright, we're going to go into the actual GitHub repository. Pause. Oh, okay. Examples, maybe? Nope, there isn't. Okay. Moving on to, let's see, index. Looks like there is a paused state. So there's a write. Is that what I'm using here? No, it's a read. So how do we get access to this? Okay, hold up. So prototype pause on the actual class itself. How am I using this? Create stream. I'm exporting this. Okay, so we're exporting a new instance of the CSV stream. So I guess this guy is pausable by taking this and crap. Let's try it. So how do we want to do this? Is there a pause event? Doesn't look like there's actually a paused event here. End call when pause. What? You're crazy. Okay, how about this? How about this? Okay, I got it. We're gonna actually have it so it's actually spitting stuff out when we get results here. I'm gonna, for the temporarily, I'm gonna create a count. The number starts at 0. what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to arrow function. Actually, let's comment that one out. Dot on column key value arrow function. Do it like that. Count plus plus if count is equal to 10. I think we can just do this. There's, can I roll it? Oof. It's a prototype, so, I'm not even showing you guys the screen. So here's what I'm doing. So what I just did was create a new variable called count. What I'm going to do is every time I hit a new entry, I'm going to add to the count up until 10. When I hit 10, I'm going to see if this pause stream works. This thing wasn't auto sensing, so I'm thinking because it was a prototype onto the object that it'll work, but because it's a prototype, it just doesn't IntelliSense. That should be okay. Yeah. Now get up to 10, we stop, and then we'll say, hey, else. Actually, we don't really need to do else. Actually, should we do else? Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll do console.log.value. All right, so we should see like 10, maybe 11. I don't know the number here. Items right out, and then it should just stop. So let's see if that's actually what happens here. All right, so let's clear this out. Let's run it. Here we go. Okay. So a lot more than 10 popped up. Eesh. Holy moly. It is paused, right? Like it didn't just die. It did die. What? So it died for some reason. Why? Why did it do that? We really didn't want to kill it. That wasn't the purpose. Yeah, maybe that's not exactly what we want to do then. Oh no, hold on. It says resume. Maybe it just calls end whenever it pauses. I don't know. Yeah, this is really strange. Like, I don't know why it's actually killed out to... This shouldn't have happened, actually. This actually should have been okay. Because there is a resume prototype here as well. And the resume prototype actually restarts it over again. And call and pause. It's so strange. Why would it do that? So we call pause. Maybe because it did pause, and what happened is this function just stripped out. Let me actually try that again because I want to see how this reacts. So run through. Okay, no, it's a quick dead. So if it like hung before it went to the cursor, then that would have led me to believe that it was sitting there waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened. It just died. Here's another thing I'll do actually. Let's wrap this in some curlies. Console log. And let's see if we actually get this. Okay, so it doesn't spit that out, which that's strange. So we're not even calling resolve. in this case because we. Oh, actually, maybe I should search on. Yeah, so we're not even calling end. We're calling resolve, so it's just bailing out for no particular reason at all. And I doubt we're running into an error. I'm pretty sure I saw an error by now. It's actually spitting out a lot before it just dies. So strange. Okay. Something here is amiss, guys.
Let's get busy.
Okay. Well, we're definitely getting this. Here, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Console log. Pausing. That'd be good to know. CLS. Oh, still scrolls up. I'm gonna kill this. And we should actually just dump this. npm start. Oh. Oh, there it is, pausing. It's like way the heck up here. One of this is actually 10, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't tell actually. Alright, so it's about 10. Yeah, it's actually right on, probably. Let's save. So it pauses, but then it's still processing some items in here. Strange. Really odd. Or at least it's saying that's pausing. I guess I really don't know what pause does, right? Like, we saw a prototype and it says pause equals true, so we should see how that is actually used here. So let's switch it back over here. So calling pause apparently does this. If we go here, let's see, let's go back to the top here. So it says false. Okay, so if this paused, which basically means if it's true, return false.
Let's get busy.
So it's not like it's actually saying like, hey, wait, hold on, don't do anything with it just yet. It's literally saying false. Not sure why it's doing that. So pause doesn't do exactly what I thought it was going to do. That's a bummer. Well, crap, man. I wonder if there's a way for me to Node.js pipe and pause. I don't know, man. Wait, is there like a low-level thing I can do to pause it? So, is it saying that I could just change this to this? Am I reading that right? Let's try it. Because this is technically the readable stream. I was pausing the writable before. Now what? That sure shit didn't work. Do that again. Alright, so pausing. It's in there too. And I'm assuming it calls it after 10. So that's not the problem there. But yeah, it still continues to add more. And I'm sure we're not hitting end. Okay, we're not hitting end. We're hitting error, maybe? Let's try that. Console. Log. I'm already spinning out a log, but whatever. Trying to make this easy for me to find. Okay, well, I'm not getting error. So we're not getting error. We're not getting end, but we are pausing. And by pausing, it's causing us to just bail out. Not what we want. Okay, well, that's fine. Like, let's see what we can do to not do that. Maybe this is a common problem. So let's come over here. Let's go Node.js pipe and pause. No. Close. Yes. Oh. So close event. Well, let's try this actually. Real quick. Actually, let's try this. Clear screen. Clear screen. Where is that? Wow. I swore there was a clear screen button on keyboards. Print screens there. Maybe they got rid of it. I don't know. Whatever. Well, we'll just dump that. Reopen this. I hate having to do it like that. Alright, so close. Alright, well, there's no close event either, so we ruled that one out. Let's see here. I want that stream to hang, or I want the stream to hang. Sorry, I was just giving a deep thought to that for a second. How to stop this pipe stream conditionally? I want to stop it. I want to pause it. Alright, okay. I'm doing on time. I gotta leave in like 30-ish minutes. Let's close. Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't want to unpipe, close, and end. It's not what I want to do. It's really curious as to why like it just fails out. I wonder actually. Here's something to try. Well, actually no, because we're not even getting like the close time. It's just like straight up dying. So what I would expect is if it was actually like closing out gracefully, would be that if it closes out, then we would still get this out, this log line to show the duration of how long this took. But it's not getting that. It's just like it's dying dead in its steps, right? So if I do CSV process, yeah, so it's not even getting that log line. It's like straight up dying. All right, pipe. Node.js pipe close, or pipe pause, and terminated. It explicitly end streams after pipes break. Find a clean way to stop reading. My feeling is like I'm actually doing this incorrectly here. I wonder if having it being wrapped in a promise is what's causing this issue. Because I pause it and there's like no events or any activity going on that promise that it's watching. If it just like naturally fails, but you see, even then, like I would expect it to continue on and then like at least basically do that log line, which it's not doing. Something's really strange here. How about this? Let's do this. Let's look at this again. So when we pause this here, it's gonna run off and do something. Is that really the right thing for us to be doing here? Should I really be concerned with the fact that we need to have 10 concurrent things going on at the same time? Or should I just tune it so that we always have 1,000 that's currently working on? I don't know what the right answer is to this. Let's remove the concurrency. So let's just not use it. How about that? Instead, what we'll do is we'll say, hey, we're gonna get to 1,000, and then what we're gonna do is hand it off onto this other sub-process that does something else. Or maybe what we can do is actually wait. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea at all. Oh wait, no, I think I got another idea here. So let's try something else out here. Let's create another function. This will be a private one. This one will be private. Wait till I guess we'll call threads. That's not the right terminology. People are gonna flame me for this. Wait until thread's done. Okay, and then this is not async. We should make this async. Okay. Alright, what am I doing here? So we're basically, what we're going to do is we're going to just like continually throw things onto a thread stack. And then we actually not wait until threads are done. Wait until thread is free. That's really what we're doing here. What this is basically going to do is it's basically just going to block. It's going to block this until it's ready to go. And we're going to simulate this for a second. So what we're going to do for the time being is we're going to do another return of a new promise, just like we did before. We'll have a resolve. Here what we're going to do is do a set timeout. Yeah, timeout. Resolve, comma. I'll have it wait like 5 seconds. Actually, yeah, 5 seconds should be fine. Alright, so when we hit 10, what it's going to do is it's going to make a pause, like on doing a wait till thread is free. And we need to wait this so that it blocks as it stops on here, and then it moves forward. Whether this works or not. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. I see why. So can I remove this one and then? How would I do this? Oh, I see. I wonder if it has to be async all the way up the chain. Oh, this is gonna suck. Took that, so Find out. This is nasty. I've never done anything like this before. It's probably not gonna work. Oh, it totally didn't work. I probably have a crap ton of bunch of set intervals now, like, on. Yeah. Not cool. Holy moly. Okay. So is it pausing at least? Like, seriously? Oh, it's not even pausing. What the hell? Oh, my count's there. Oh, it's pausing once. That's right. Okay. Okay. Here's what we'll do. It's still not going to work, but at least gets me sees that this is spitting up pausing multiple times. Close that out. Not here. Start. I'm not even seeing it. Oh wow, with no work. It's spitting out the log, so it's definitely hitting that. Count plus plus should be hitting 10 at some point. Yeah, see, you should be hitting pause. You would think, like after at least after every 10. Count. Once it's 10, pausing, wait, which is not definitely not doing. It spits out the value, so it's spitting out values just fine. I don't know if it's because this, like, It's so interesting, you know. Alright, well hey, how about instead of this, we spell it count. See what that's actually spitting out. Alright, so it's just continually growing. And it's counting, right? So it's not like it's not gonna hit that number, and it's sequential. So it should have hit 10, and then it should have. I wonder if something happened here and it failed. Yeah, you know what? Let's put the 0 before. See what happens. Boop. Boop. Okay, so there it goes. Now it's saying pause. So something's happening here. Something's happening and it's causing it to bail. And I bet you it's because it's erroring out for whatever reason. So let's pause that. Hey, yo, I said stop. Yeah. Okay, so we are returning a new promise, so that shouldn't be the problem here. Return new promise, and then resolve. We're doing a set timeout. Waiting 5 seconds, and then just resolve it. Presumably, that's what it's doing. I can't imagine that making would make any difference at all. New promise, resolve, yeah. It's async. using await. Let's see. Oh, nothing to do is try. Catch error. See what that does. Well, it's not spitting out error, so there's that. Drop that out. I'm just too tired. Am I just not seeing the answer like be obvious? Huh. Let me do a search here then. Okay. TypeScript. Pipe. Oh wait. All right, let's see what we got. Handling observables. No, this is Angular. Well, it seems like a very popular thing with Angular. The search I just did. Why is this? Why is this a thing? So Angular. We don't want Angular. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what? I can actually do this. Maybe, I don't know. Now you can wait that promise. What? Anyway, your callback is only waiting for the end of the stream. Okay. Strange. Yeah, these answers are not straight up. TypeScript async and not working. I should be showing you guys what's on my screen here. Actually, let me go ahead and switch it over. Boop. Yeah, for whatever reason, like it's really like into looking for Angular right now. I don't know why. Why is this async call not working correctly? Angular 6, Angular, observable, how to get the value of the promise in the async function. Process all. Yeah. Where'd my music go? Alright, there we go. That's better. Seemed like the stream stopped actually. I think I know why. I think a reason why it's not pausing is because I'm assuming that this is called like, yeah, we'll just clear these notifications out. Focus. Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming that this is called like one each time. That's not true, actually. This is just setting up an event handler to handle whenever data or a column is coming through. So it's not like it's doing one at a time and, you know, it gives me a sequential way of handling stuff. It's actually firing off many at a time. And that's why this await's not working, is because it technically might be awaiting it, but because there's other columns going through asynchronously, it just fires through just fine. So there's no waiting. So this is not going to work. So that model's not going to work here. So if we know that it's going to just run through this entire set here, that means that I just have to keep a very saturated pipe. It's just going to continue to run through, and wow, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Okay, so I think the thing that I was saying before probably still holds here. No concurrency. We're just not going to be able to do anything with it. But we can ship it. Right? So if I have batches, how do I do batches? I'm going to do batches up here. I'm going to get rid of, actually we probably should keep, no, we don't need count. What we're going to do here is we're going to say, hey, cool. Actually, I think we do need count. Yeah, we do need count. No, we don't. We'll do this. Constant batch equals that. Making an array. And what we're going to do here is not do this. But we are going to do this. Length. If we do get to a point where we say, hey, cool, we got enough. It's based off the batch size. We're doing that. Actually, we'll change the name. Ship batch. This. I may as well now say, hey, batch. How do I remove this again? There's a way to clear it out. I can't remember how to do it. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a couple different ways. So one way to do it, and I don't really like this one, but it works apparently, is by doing that. That'll clear it out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's see what that is. Let's clear. Start. Oh, stop. Yes. All right. What should we do here? We should say, hey, cool. Hey, batch. Push a new value. Dirt, because it's always 0. Try it again. Cool. Okay. Shipping technically works. Yeah, shipping technically works. Probably a better model for me to do this than what I'm doing. We'll get there. Alright, so when we do a ship, we're actually going to call what? Is that when we call the predicate? I think so. But I want to do this in a more managed way. Because how do I want to do this here? So we're going to do a ship batch. I'm going to care about the results of that batch. I'm going to need to be able to pass it up too. So it's not going to be worthwhile if I can't actually do anything with the data. Damn, does that mean I'm going to have to pull in like 2 gigs worth of data into my memory and then further extend on that because I need to get, I need to get the details for the CSV processor. That's going to be rough. So we'll have this. We'll have a parser function and a, what's it called, batch handler. Also a function. And what this is basically going to do is we're going to call a parser for the stuff that we need to parse. And then when we are done with the batch of 1,000, then we call this with 1,000 plus the details that went along with it. So basically pass through some of the details and then add the results of the parser to it so that the caller can actually do something with it. Yeah. One important thing too, also, is we also need to make sure that we call batch one more time before we resolve. So that would happen actually here. Okay. If actually here as well too. Take a couple steps back. Okay. Let's have a private function. Private. This will call act on batch. And this will have the same method here. This is gonna be stuff, right? So, and really, these are strings, right? I think the strings I'm actually working with. I don't even know for sure. Oh, it is. No, it is. Because the value is a string. That's do. We'll make this now a new array. String. If batch dot length 0 return out. Else, what we're going to do is we're going to each them, map them, and then send them to the handler. So const and processed batch equals batch.map. Yeah. Item. String. Do I care about the index? No. It does it sequentially anyways. Array. Okay. Whatever. Oh, I see what the problem is here. Okay, anyways, yeah, that's right. Do this. Okay, so in here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna return. Actually, I think it just works like this. So here, what we'll do is we'll return back the item itself, and this is where we're actually gonna call a predicate as well. Yeah. Whoa. Why is this? Oh, because it's a string. Called raw, I guess. I don't know. Raw. Let's say cool characters. Call them both raw. Yeah, and then what we'll do is then say, okay, cool. Here we're gonna actually do the predicate or the parser. Pass in the raw. What? Okay. What? What is this? It is saying that left side of comma operator is unused and has no side effects. What the hell does that mean? Oh, I see. Okay. Yikes. There we go. Alright, so when that's done, then we call the... It's not like never used. It's used right here. Do I have another parser or something? No. Okay. Oh, that's mine. Okay. Okay, so then we'll batch handler. Cool. Wherever that is. Let's see, TypeScript and no op. I don't know if there's such thing. Oh, you know what? I gotta There we go. Now it's okay. Now it's detected. And then here, what we'll do is we'll have it be a no op. That's how you do no op, guys. Crazy. Alright, so now we act on batch. So it basically means now that, hey, if, and actually, you know what, we can just call it. We don't have to do no ifs. So batch predicate, or what? A parser. Batch handler. Go. Bring that up here. So we're gonna ship that batch. Alright, well now it's doing stuff, I guess. We just won't know what it is. Alright, we don't really need to have some of these. Actually, no, we do need all that. Let's go back over here now and see what's going on. Alright, so we have the processor. We should now implement an actual, function and batch handler. I'm passing in some stuff, right? Yeah, passing in batch. I'll leave that as any type for the time being. Console.log JSON stringify batch. Let's see what that does. There we go. Alright, so it's doing stuff, right? Like I can see here. Oh boy, what's it doing? So this one doesn't look like it matched on anything, but this one maybe? Oh, it doesn't look like this one did either. Am I matching? Doesn't look like I am. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm not returning anything from this method, so that's my problem here. Alright, so what I'm going to do actually is, I'll leave this here, but I should also return out agent information, because that's what we need. Oh man, I gotta leave soon. Yeah, clear that out. So let's try this again. This hopefully gets me some information. I gotta clean some of this up. Let's see. Alright. Are we getting stuff now? I think we are. Source patch. Yeah, we are getting some stuff now. So here you can see family's Facebook. So notice that this line right here is for Facebook. Actually, I can probably just grab this entire thing right here. This is one entry of all the stuff that I'm doing. And if I pull it out into another file, and I don't know if there's a quick way for me to format some of this stuff, but that's a raw. Yeah, that's a raw line, and then this one goes into family. So you see here, that's Facebook, major, minor, patch, source. Oh, I guess I didn't need to do raw. Oh, that's it? Oh no, I want more information than that. Okay, so what we'll do is we're actually going to drop raw, because we don't need raw. And I'm missing out some things here. There's agent. But it's not spitting this information out. Or maybe it's not because it's just for Facebook. So let's first just clean it up. So let's remove raw. We don't need raw. So that should be better now. Let's clear that out. Yeah, Sess. Alright. Look at all that. Wait, where did the source go? I lost source. What the heck? I'm gonna have to put a pause on this one. I do gotta run. So I'm gonna stop here. We made some headway. I'm gonna come back to this when I get back and keep going because we're really close to being able to kind of do this concurrently, and I'm really interested in seeing how fast this is actually going to perform. So stay tuned, and I'll be back soon. All right, thank you.